Hi everybody. We're going to go over problems 1 through 6 on your SAT review paper. Did this the other day. Going to get some review on how to solve the problems and some things to think about. Alright, so I'm going to go through 1 through 6 except for number 4. Number 4 I'm not going to go over because you won't see ones like that on the test you're going to take. So let's talk about number 1 regarding the publications and the subscriptions. And what we want to find out is how much each monthly payment was. And so if we add up all 4 costs, we're going to get $68.80 for all publications. And that's what she's paying. Paid an initial payment of a half, so minus $34.40, which means we have $34.40 left. And of that remaining balance, that's going to be divided by 4 monthly payments that are equal. So we divide it by 4. $34.40 divided by 4, you will get $8.60. Okay, this one's pretty straightforward. Everybody should be able to get this type of question when you see it. You'll see one like this on the SAT. Hopefully you're able to get it. Don't get intimidated by the words. Really look at what they're trying to figure out. Okay, so that covers number 1. Number 2 is a little bit more difficult. So the question is, what's the value of x? You saw a video last time we were together about strategies to solve something like this. Now, there is a way that you can solve this, and I will solve this next. But you could also substitute in and go to the middle. In this case, the number's 1/2.
Please pardon the interruption. At this time, I would ask that all first block teachers please go online and enter your attendance onto MMS. If you have taken your attendance
So
prior
that you
to
could
8
do,
o'clock and a student has arrived, please email me
choose
with that
1/2.
student's name. Thank you.
I saw some students in class use decimals for these. You could use 0.5 or 0.25 for some of these when you substitute in and go through them. So what it would mean is that you're substituting 1/2 for everything. And we need to see if they're equal. I'm going to turn this a little bit this way. So, once we substitute in 1/2, two times a half, what's half of 2? 1. You got to know this, 1/2 squared. 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4 plus 1. And then here we have 2, and 2 plus 1/2 is 2.5. So 1/4 plus 1 is 1 1/4. A couple ways you could then go. Do you recognize, are these equivalent fractions? What's 1 times 2.5? 2.5. What's 2 times 1 1/4? 2.5. So this equals this. And right away, folks, we happen to be fortunate that this is the right answer, 1/2. So C 1/2 is the right answer for that. I'm also going to share this with you, because there's another way that you could do it if you feel pretty good about your algebra. Do cross multiplication. Do this times this right away. This times this is 2x squared plus 4x, and that's going to equal this times this. 2x squared plus 2. Well, this may, again, seems intimidating, but take away 2x squared, they're going to cancel. So 4x equals 2, x equals 1/2. Divide by 4, you get 2 over 4, which is 1/2. So you could solve it via algebra. There's number 2. Number 3. Number 3, I'm not going to take a lot of time on. I know a lot of people ask the question about the average of 3.2 people per household. When you're doing averages, we'll get those numbers a lot sometimes. So what are we trying to find? How many televisions are there? Well, there's 2 operations you got to do. One is that you can take the 48,000 people. That's how many people there are. And if there are 3.2 people per household, you will get an answer of 15,000 households. And how many televisions are there per household? Times 1.2. And you will get 18,000 for your answer. Letter C on that. So that's just a 2 operation problem. It's kind of similar to number 1. So that's number 3. Number 4 I'm not going to do. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time on number 5, just making sure that we're good on our function. So we got to find the value of C. That's what we're trying to figure out. What is C? Remember, we've talked about this before this year. When you have a function, this function of x is x squared plus c. So in our case, it talks about, well, what about the function of -2? So if x is -2, substitute -2 in for x. We're also told that, oh, when when x's number is -2 for this, it's going to equal 6. So the value of this, there's our equation right there. This equals 6. -2 squared is +4. Oh, and I made a mistake on this. You guys are probably noticing this already. This should be a minus. This should be a minus. This should be a minus. And there's our response. And they want to make sure that you're able to do your negatives on here too. And this way they can combine functions, knowing that -2 squared is +4, and seeing if you can solve for c here, which will be -2. 4 minus what is 6? -2, because it's 4 plus 2 is 6, so minus the negative. So your answer is B, -2 on number 5. Last one we'll do for this review is number 6. If 9b equals 81, then the square root of b times the cube root of 3b is what? If 9b equals 81, everybody right away is able to get that b is equal to 9. But that's not our answer. It's not. Our answer needs to be, what's the value when you substitute in here? So we do the square root of 9, substitute that in. What's the square root of 9? 3. So we've done that part. Times the cube root of 3b. So times the cube root of 3 times 9, 27. Folks, I don't know if you know, on your math graphing calculator, on the left-hand column, there's a math button. So press the math button. It'll say cube root of 27. Plug that in. You'll get 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Maybe you got lucky. I don't know. But the answer is 9 for that one.